Okay, let's call the meeting to order. Could I have a motion for the adoption of remote participation?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Nope, second.
Okay, let's do roll call. Pam Acton, yes.
Michael Ruderman, Arlington, yes.
Steve Ledoux, Concord, yes.
Ford Spalding Dover, yes.
Jennifer Leone Lancaster, yes.
Judy Clark, Lexington, yes.
Jeff Stuhlin Needham, yes.
Alice DeLucasto, yes.
Okay, thanks, everyone. So the main item on the agenda is the screening committee report, and I will turn it over to Ford.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you. I want to thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it because it's an extra meeting, but it's an important one to move our process forward. I think what I'd like to do is start with a motion. Then we'll have a second, then we can have a discussion, if that's all right. So the motion I'm going to make is the Minuteman School Committee accepts and approves the following documents. Invitation to apply, superintendent application, Minuteman superintendent profile, and Minuteman district profile to be used as part of the screening and appointment process for the next superintendent director of Minuteman.
So moved.
Should we specify the latest versions that we've all gotten?
Yeah, the versions that everything was the same except for the application, which we sent out, I think last night I did.
Okay.
I have a second.
Judy seconded.
Oh, okay,
right.
Thank you. Sorry, I missed that, Judy. Okay, let's open it up to discussion.
Let me just start. I just want to give you an outline. I think I've done it before, but I'm going to do it again of what the documents are. The invitation to apply, all of this would be posted on October 1, which is the intent, and would be posted on the Minuteman website as well as the MASC website, with all applicants' information to go to the MASC website. The invitation to apply is strictly that. It tells what the qualifications are. Where the selection criteria is, which is the superintendent's profile. It says the contract and salary would be negotiated later. And Minuteman district information is there, which is a Minuteman district profile as well as the website. The timeline, it shows the timeline. This is our ideal timeline that we're going to try to drive towards. As I told the screening committee, November and December are very busy, so they can celebrate the holidays in January. So that's our goal, and we'll try to stick to it as best as we possibly can. The second is the application for the superintendent director. It's pretty straightforward application, except for page 4. Page 4, questions 6, 7, and 8. And I'm assuming you've read them. If you're not, I can read it. It really makes them do some work. It's more than just filling out an application. We're asking them to do some thinking and give us some written information back, which we felt was critical. It goes a little bit further than most applications, but we think we deserve that as Minuteman. The next one is the Minuteman student profile. That was really developed by us, the school committee, after 2 retreats. We did fine tune the language a little bit to fit, but it's all of our information there. I did meet with the faculty and staff, of which 7 showed up. And they saw this and they came up with some suggestions. More were related to questions that we might ask in the future rather than this, but there were no criticisms for that. So I think that's the most valuable document. And that's what I would suggest the screening committee is going to base our decisions on, this document. And I would assume that's what the school committee will base its decision on, this document, along with the interviews, et cetera. And then the Minuteman district profile, which is really additional information, making it easy for them to find rather than having to go through the website, which of course they can because there's valuable information there. But I think it gives us our demographics, our enrollments, a lot of information which we felt made sense. So those are the 4 documents, and that's all I have to say.
So let's open it up for any comments or questions on any of the documents.
So I thought they were excellent, and I'm sorry, Judy, should raise my hand first. I think what you did with what we did with the retreats was spot on. I think that the language is beautiful. It expresses what we're looking for. I have one small nitpicky question because everybody calls me Jen and I sign things Jennifer. Is Anne Marie, the Marie is lowercase?
Oh, my Lord,
End of
where's
the
Alice? when I
application?
need her?
I'm sorry, Alice.
Which document are we looking at?
So it's the application document. The email address says Anne Marie Martin. My
Oh,
guess
this
is
is-
Marie is uppercase, but I
Well,
don't know.
this came directly from Glenn Kuchar. He provided that information. So I'm assuming.
It's a silly thing, but people screw up my name. They take
You and me both.
familiarities. Yes. They take familiarities with the name, and I just want to make sure that we had her name correct, because that's where the information is going.
Good question. That came from Glenn, so I'm going to assume it's correct.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Judy, did you have a question?
No, short of Jennifer's question, I just wanted to say with gratitude and mirror everything Jennifer said. Huge lift. Thank you.
Okay, let me just add, because I didn't say who had input on this thing. Pam had input in getting it done. Alice, the same way, input in having it done. I go along for the ride, so I'm there. Glenn Kuchar had some input, and Dan O'Brien really helped us adding in the pictures and the formatting to make it look as good as it does look. The final thing I'll say is Glenn Kuchar told me, whether he's just being nice or not, that this is probably the most thorough job he's seen. So.
Okay.
Is never just nice, so it was his true opinion.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Any other questions, comments? Jennifer?
One quick question. How close are we to establishing the actual committee to vet these things?
We have
Is it
that.
all established?
Yeah, the school committee did that either at the last meeting or I think it was the last.
I watched it, but I missed that part. So,
Yeah,
okay, so we're all set with who's on this and how we're working. Alice has told me she thinks it's going to be excellent, so I'm excited.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
excellent committee. I mean, I just, you can look them up and they will be posted on our website without contact information except for myself and Glenn. Actually, candidates are not supposed to contact any of us. But there are 4 school committee members on there. All have been chair of the school committee and 3 have participated in searches. There are 4 teachers administrator on it, which represents the CTE, academics, SPED, and the administration. 2 current parents who are extremely involved. 2 representatives, town officials. One, the moderator from Concord, who has been active at Minuteman, especially in the initial building committee, and also the town administrator in Arlington. 1 representatives of the workforce development, and all of our communities are represented with Alice doing triple duty for Lancaster, Stowe, and Bolton.
And I will
Thank you,
just say,
Alice.
we had our first meeting on this past Tuesday, where an in-person meeting. I think everyone but 1 person was able to come and meet in person, did a tour of the school, so it was an excellent start with the group.
And we fed them. They got pizza and water.
And salad.
And salad.
And salad. But they're very engaged. I think it's a great group. Pam and Alice can chime in, but I think it's a great group. I had the opportunity to talk to each one of them before we went forward. So,
Yep, I'm very excited about the group.
So we-
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Ford.
I was gonna say, with this vote, we're off and running.
Yep. So if there are no more questions or comments, let's move to our roll call vote. Pam Nurse Acton, yes. Oh, Michael, you're on mute.
Sorry, just off. Michael Ruderman, Arlington, yes.
Steve Ledoux, Concord, yes.
Ward Spalding, Dover, yes.
Jennifer Leone Lancaster, yes.
Judy Crocker Lexington, yes.
Jeff Stuler Needham, yes.
Alice DeLuca Stowe, yes.
Okay, thank you, everyone. It's really exciting to have, the committee in place, to have these documents approved. I want to thank Ford for really spearheading this effort and for all of his work to pull the committee together. And I think at this point, I just need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So second.
Okay,
Oh,
let's.
wait, Judy has a question, I think.
Oh, Judy.
Pam, because of the email we got from Dr. B just before the meeting started, I'm sure no one's listening to our brief meeting tonight, but just in case, just wanted to say, heartfelt recovery for our principal in charge, Mr. Clement. And thank you so much for the 2 assistants for stepping up to the plate.
Oh, thank you, Judy. Yeah, I kind of ran in the door from being in my office, so I haven't seen any email today. So
Okay.
thank you for bringing that up. Okay, anything else? Okay, let's do our roll call on adjournment. Pam Nurse Acton, yes.
Michael Ruderman, Arlington, yes.
Steve Ledoux, Concord, yes.
Ward Spalding, Dover, yes.
Jennifer Leone Lancaster, yes.
Judy Crocker Lexington, yes.
Jeff Stuler Needham, yes.
Alice DeLuca Stowe, yes.
Thank you, everybody. That's the
Yay.
best meeting we've ever had, Pam.
And the
14
shortest.
minutes.
It's the shortest. Okay, thank you, everyone. See you
Thank
all
you.
at our next meeting.